Hello viewers, my name is Omoyele Sowore and you're welcome back to SaharaTV live out of the city of New York. Today we are progressing with our show, discussing the state of the nation in Nigeria, particularly the newly planned national conference. And I'm glad to introduce to you Dr. Sheik Gumi, who is reaching us live from the city of Kaduna to talk about Nigeria's state of the nation. Dr. Gumi, you're welcome to our show today.
It's a pleasure.
Yes. So let me start by asking you why you felt offended that President Goodluck Jonathan went to Jerusalem with a horde of Nigerian officials. You said that it was an insult to Nigeria and Islamic followers in the country that the president of Nigeria went to Israel on a pilgrimage. Why did you say that, especially knowing that other past presidents have gone to Mecca, the ones that are Muslims, gone to Mecca, and several officials still go to Mecca to observe pilgrimage? Why did you take on Goodluck in particular? Hello? Oh, sorry, viewers. I think Dr. Gumi's internet line is frozen at this time, so we'll try and get him back as soon as we can. As you know, it's kind of difficult to get people on the internet in Nigeria. So as soon as he's back, we'll continue this conversation with Dr. Gumi. All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be back as soon as the technical problems are taken care of. Thank you. Yes, viewers, we're back, and because of technical difficulties, we're going to be reaching Dr. Gumi by way of telephone to continue this interview. Hello, Dr. Gumi.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. So I take it that you heard my last question, which was your condemnation of President Goodluck Jonathan, his trip to Israel on a pilgrimage. You know, why did you pick on him in particular?
Okay, it is the first time a Nigerian president is going to Israel.
Yes.
It's the first time. And at a very wrong time.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's the wrong place to go for a Nigerian president in this particular sensitive time when the nation is going through. One, Israel is a country which was created in 1945. You know the controversy over Israel. And you know there are a lot of refugees, Palestinians in Lebanon, in Jordan, in everywhere, all over the world. They are prevented from going into their own home country. So what message are we giving the Israeli government? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So,
but
the
argument for several Nigerians is that. Go ahead.
Let me continue.
Okay.
The pilgrimage, actually, in Islam, is not the business of even government to take people to Hajj. It's not the business.
Yes.
Islam is categorical. Whoever is rich and capable of going to Hajj, let him go. It's not the business of the government.
Yes.
So, as much as the government, the right thing is that government should withdraw its hands from pilgrimage and should not also encourage others who even is not prescribed in their religion to be going on. When we have our schools, hospitals, roads, nothing is going good in Nigeria. Look at the internet now. The world is enjoying good internet service. Now I cannot even talk to you, you know. So is that our priority?
So you are condemning this based on priority, that this is the wrong thing to waste money on at this time. And if I hear you correctly, you're also saying that if this had been a Muslim president going to Mecca on a pilgrimage, you would have condemned it equally.
Yes, if government is that what Islam requires is that whoever is rich, if you are rich and capable of going to Mecca, pay for the fee. It's not the government who will pay for you. So because the government has been paying for Muslims, now Christians in Nigeria want government to pay for them.
Okay.
You understand? I'm not even talking about the religious side of it. I'm talking about the political side of it.
And you also raising human rights issue there because Israel is violating rights of
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes, yes,
Palestinians. It is not a good message to pass on to them by
yes.
going there.
It's not our priority now. It's not our priority at all. Leave that issue for another time. But Nigeria now is inflamed. We don't want such, what do you call it, dramatic political, what do you say, adventurism. We don't want that.
Yeah, but you understand probably that this is President Jonathan's new strategy to win the Christians to his side, to you know, to make them understand that he's a real Christian. That's probably why he went to.
No. What we do when you are winning Christians and repulsing Muslims, this is not good for Nigeria now. We need to come and sit down together. We have all agreed, government, even though it's not secular by its meaning, it's organized religion, but everybody should practice its own religion in a fair, balanced way. But we have problems here in Nigeria, infrastructural problems. Hospitals are really, we don't even have hospitals I can see. Roads are bad, security is bad, everything. So why bringing in religious sentiments in this issue? What I'm saying to you, a Christian doesn't need pilgrimage to Israel, because the Christian theology is that believe in Jesus and things are atoned. Muslims go on pilgrimage because no, we have to go to pilgrimage to atone our sins. So why do we meddle religion into a dirty politics of Nigeria when the majority of masses, Muslims and Christians, are suffering?
Yes, so
I don't want the president.
yeah,
I don't want the president to be involved in this dirty political, religious, what do you call it, problem in Nigeria. This is not our priority at all. For 4 months now, universities are closed.
Well, so let's go straight to the issue of the national conference that the president has now decided to organize this last minute, a few months to the general elections in Nigeria in 2015. And it seems to be gathering momentum. Last few days, we read that the Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, has endorsed the conference that their people should go, even though they have their own doubts. What do you think about this, Dr. Gumi? Do you think a national conference of this nature will work in Nigeria at this time, or is it just another diversionary gimmick?
Allah is more diversionary. It's more diversionary than real. I was just in Abuja this morning, that's what I said. The Nigerians are so much, just like a fabric, so much interlaced together. I was addressing a school there. By the side, there was a big church. Things are moving in Nigeria, Muslims, Christians. Now, if you say you want to divide the country, I mean, divide the country without a lot of bloodshed, I think it's going to happen. So it's better we just be patient with ourselves.
So you won't partake in this conference if you are invited by President Jonathan to represent whichever shade of opinion.
Such a conference needs an environment which is healthy. Now Nigeria is inflamed. Nigeria is not in a good mood for a conference whereby you bring the Igbo man and the Hausa man, the Yoruba man, the what do you call it, men. It's not, Nigeria is not a place now for conferences. We need to stabilize the policy and cool down people.
So what should Nigeria do at this time if a conference is not something advisable?
Let me tell you what we tell Nigerians.
Okay.
If we can strengthen the democratic institutions, let every local government, let every state, let the nation, and let the leaders be one, every problem will disappear completely. And let me tell you, all these problems you see are artificial. When you go to the market, you see the Yoruba, the Muslim, the Christian, the Igbo doing fine business. Nobody cares about what's happening. Everybody's struggling for life here. So I don't know why leaders, use religion and sectional or tribal differences to almost perpetuate their role. It's absolutely no need. Let Nigerians elect the leaders we want. Don't manipulate INEC. Don't manipulate the cost. Look at everything. Let's develop a good democratic institutions, then things will work.
Yes.
I'm very positive about that.
So you have been very, very active recently. I mean, not recently, but for a while now about Boko Haram. And it looks like Boko Haram has been fought to a standstill at this point. It looks like, I don't want to say definitely, but it looks like the Nigerian security system is having an upper hand. You know, do you know or believe that the leader of Boko Haram, Shekau, is dead?
Like Boko Haram, they are misguided youth from the Borno area. Nobody doubts about that. But they don't have that capacity. They don't have that money to be carrying out all these atrocities, except if there is a foreign or internal support for them.
Yes, but there's been some intelligence that there are foreign fighters among them. There's foreign support.
Now in the world, you have to cross dollars. You can get people to fight for you. Some people are getting men from Chad, giving them money, dollars, buying cars and explosives to come in and cause havoc. Who benefits from that? Many, what do you call it? There are a lot of people, there's a lot of suspicion in Nigeria. Nobody is safe from suspicion. Some are saying it's opposition. Some are saying even the government itself can be involved in this.
Why would the government of a country engage in, that kind of a thing, do you think? What?
Why would a government of a country now, when we are just approaching 2016, why is such a government introduce a national conference?
So you mean that, they pretty much can do anything bad just for political ends?
There are people, no doubt about that. The president is coming from a region that are agitating for the division of Nigeria. So there are many aspects to that division. Many ways. Don't you see?
So you equate the national conference at this time to a decision to break up Nigeria. That's what you're trying to say.
So why is the government sponsor such a conference at now? Because what people are suspecting is that the government wants Nigeria to break up, either politically, if it cannot be done militarily, if it cannot be, for politics.
But why would President Jonathan, at this time, the president of Nigeria, want to break up Nigeria? Why do you think he would want to do that?
Why? Because, honestly speaking, if there will be a clean and fair election, I think his chances of coming back to 2016 are very clean. Very clean. You understand?
So you are saying if there's a free and fair election, he will lose. That's what you're trying to say.
Let me finish.
Okay.
And his people who are agitating for succession, they think this is just the golden opportunity. If they miss it and Jonathan steps down, then they will never, ever have any chance to succeed from Nigeria.
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? I didn't hear that well.
You didn't hear me? Okay, what I'm saying,
yes,
the people in the South who are agitating, not all of them,
yes,
those that are agitating for a republic,
yes,
they say this is the golden opportunity for them to achieve succession from Nigeria because their man is in power. And if they miss this opportunity, they will never get it again. That's why the government is frantic about how to bring about division. Our first National Sovereign Conference, the Boko Haram is which is exaggerated.
So they are using Boko Haram as an opportunity to create their own republic,
Look at Bashar Assad in Syria. He's using fighting terrorism to suppress a national revolt against dictatorship. Because those that the West, whenever you mention of fighting terrorists, the West will answer. Look at what Sisi in Egypt is doing. It's one Muslim for are known to be peaceful Muslims, but he's trying to paint them as, terrorists. So we have governments, not only Nigerian, even Arab countries, that are labeling opposition as terrorists. just because of power. So what stops Nigeria from doing that?
Interesting. So, Doctor, one of the big issue recently has been the purchase of 2 BMW armored cars by the Minister of Aviation in Nigeria. It will be interesting to have your take on this. I mean, she's changed her story several times now. We don't know, the latest. But in a country where there's obscene poverty, many people have condemned even the idea of purchasing a car that expensive. And then there's the issue of the inflation of the cost of those 2 cars. And then there's the issue of the fact that the cars never even existed until after it became a controversy. They went and brought some 2 cars. House of Representatives said the chassis number on those 2 cars don't conform with the ones on the invoice. It'll be interesting to hear what you have to say about this. I'm sure you've been watching this and hearing it, especially that the president said he wants to probe her, and the House has just concluded her probe as well.
Well, this is one of the biggest problems of Nigeria, corruption. And I just met somebody who, even the lawmakers, the Senate, he told me personally one time, they demanded about 2 billion naira from him.
Who?
So even the lawmakers, the executive, the court, the police, the what do you call it, the society, is really in quagmire of corruption. That's why things are not moving in Nigeria. A very rich country, a very beautiful country, beautiful, green. The weather is good. Everything is good in Nigeria except just leadership. That's what we like. So
everything is good in Nigeria except leadership, you said?
Yes, except the leadership. Good leadership we don't have. If we have good leadership, Muslim, Christians, the North and the South will all live peacefully together without any problem. You see, I was in a medical school in the ABU area in 19. I have Christian friends. We studied medicine together. There's no any animosity at all. We are all politicians, really. But who benefits from this? Those ones, especially from Nigeria. Yes, they are. And now we have a lot of money. You can imagine one of the, what do you call it, the roles of men is even building a university in Benin. A man of less than 40 years has so much millions of dollars that he built a university in a different foreign country when Nigerians are here developing in poverty. So why such people want Nigeria to continue?
Hello?
Yes. What I'm telling you,
yes,
the northern region is not really thirsty or so much bent on united Nigeria, because the northern region, you need to come and see. It has a very big landmass. It has potential for petroleum. It has every animal, farming, everything is in the northern region. Everything. It's not so keen about keeping Nigeria together. But what I see is better for everybody in Nigeria to keep together. Because in the long run, if we want to be strong as a nation, we need each other. Don't you see Europe, French, German, English, all the European Union, they are different tribes, different, what do you call it, ideologies. Yet, we have found that to survive in this world, we need to be united. So why should we just, for no reason, be divided? If we leave the South, let me tell you, if we leave the South, do not leave the South. But the South should never believe that they are going to apply anything Christian, because there are a lot of Muslims in the South. If we come up in the North, there are a lot of Christians in the North. So nobody should be dreaming that if the North, what do you call it, break away from the fact that Nigeria will become a country. We have a lot of Christians in the North. Not about Muslims in the South.
Hello, doctor.
Yes.
Yes. So, quick question, because what people will be asking a lot is that, even in bringing Nigeria together in 1914, Nigerians were not consulted. It was a creation of the British. And we got independence in 1960. Nigeria has been through civil war. been through several military pushes and coups, and that maybe it's high time we just sit down, iron all this and out without being afraid of the consequences. If the North is blessed, the Southerners would say, why don't we just go our separate ways, so the North can take care of its oil, use it to take care of its own people, and the South can do so. This is some of the arguments that are out there.
Nobody will say my economy is stable, I got what I want. No, you have to depend definitely on other nations. Look at Kuwait. It's a small country, a lot of money, but they need foreigners to come and support them.
Yes.
You have American troops there. You understand? But
yes.
supporting Kuwait and Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and if we are united, they don't need foreigners to be in their land. What is the problem? I don't think there is logic. What do you call it? So, what do you call it?
Hello, Doctor. Your audio is coming in very bad. I don't know if maybe there needs to be movement of your cell phone because we are reaching you via mobile phone. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so we are good now. So another question, which might actually be my last question, is the release of Mustafa. I know you're close to the Abiola family. Your late dad was close to the Abiola. And we've spoken to you before about the injustice done in annulling June 12th, and which you totally condemn. But Mustafa, who was indicted severally for killing Abiola's wife and several other pro-democracy activists, detaining people and being an arrowhead for the repression under Abacha, was not only released, but he was given this heroic welcome in the northern part of the country. In fact, he's been gallivanting around since he was released on behalf of President Jonathan. A lot of people feel like this is hypocrisy, that, the North accepts their own criminals, and that's why several people in the South are very quick to jump in support of their own criminals too, when they are seen to be committing an infraction against the Nigerian state. What's your take on Mustafa's so-called judicial release?
Okay, the case of Al-Mustafa actually depends on the court. If the court arrests him, that is the court. If the court, what do you call it, conviction, that is the court issue. But I don't know how far the politics come into it. Because some people here in the North believe that he was trained into being that. He was trained by the politics. Now, that is political power, because it's a political conviction, the political power. If there's any problem in this case, it will be the court system in Nigeria, which needs to be revised, which needs to be, all the systems in Nigeria have been affected by changes except the court system in Nigeria. It has been like that for a long, long time. The military has changed, politicians have changed, but the court system is still accurate. It's still the same old court system. Nobody trusts the judiciary now. So this is the problem. If you have a very good, honest judiciary, this just will not come up. So I think for us, we and the religious leaders, and you, the press, what we call for is for the judiciary to be free and fair. Whoever is known to have committed murder should never, from whatever circumstances, be allowed to go free, except if the people concerned have forgiven him. This is the law. So in all cases, we have to refer back to I'm not sure of the case. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about this case. How much involved he is, I don't know about it.
Yeah. Well, final question, Doctor, which is always a pleasure to have you here, is 2015. now there's some national conference planning. There's also election coming up, and and we see a lot of jostling. There's a new opposition party now that seems to be traversing the northern part of Nigeria, where you're based. That's the All Progressive Congress, All Progressives Congress. That's APC. Do you trust that this new political party will be different from the People's Democratic Party? Finally, as we always love to ask you, if you had a chance to choose who your presidential candidate will be in 2015, who will it be?
Okay, you see, what we really need a strong party like PDP to be competitive. Just in America, you have the Republicans and the Democrats. They checkmate each other. If you have a very strong party, they can checkmate the PDP. The elections will be fairer. This is very healthy, not even for us, even for the PDP itself. So we welcome the development of APC very well. We like a national party, not a regional party like the ANC or the CPC or the ACN. They are all regional, and regional parties. We want national party like the PDP,
yes,
strong enough to monitor elections, to be competitive with the PDP. And I won't say I'll prefer one over another one. They are all Nigerians. I've seen enough of Nigerians. Nobody can hide behind anything, other religion or tribalism, to tell me it's good or bad. Nigerians, I know that. It's just money. So the two parties, if they are strong, even if they struggle, they will be checkmating each other. So we accept PDP and APC to be strong parties. And Nigerians should be given the chance to select somebody who will be fair to them. For APC, I would think as a political strategy, this is not religious, I have to tell you.
yes.
The APC, I think now, because most of the voters are Northwest and Southwest, if the election will be fair, if they can get a very, very strong candidate from the Southwest and another strong candidate from the Northwest, and give any one of them, either the president or the vice president, it doesn't matter. I think if they do that, they will take over the government.
So you don't have a preferred candidate?
No, I told you, I don't have anybody special in Nigeria. I just want somebody who will keep Nigeria together and be fair to all. Because I've seen Nigerians, somebody who will come with you with the rope, with the power, we are all fake people. You understand? So
yes.
I'm telling Nigerians they should not be deceived by men. By men. Or you can have a very good man, but you can have a bad man, but his companions, some of them are good.
Yeah.
You have good people in PPP, good people in APC, and bad people in APC, and bad people in, PDP. So what we want is Nigerians that will keep Nigerians.
Good.
It's really fair to everybody.
Well, Doctor, we want to thank you so much for coming on our show. It's always a pleasure to have you. We hope that you won't take this long before we get to talk to you again soon, because there's going to be a lot of development. I would like to hear from you from time to time. Thank you so much for coming.
Really, I like your effort in trying to be fair to everybody, trying to report things as they are. I give you credit for that. I think Al Jazeera is doing that in the Arab world. I hope the Sahara reporters will continue on this system.
Absolutely, you trust, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, viewers, please do not go away yet. There's more programming coming your way on SaharaTV.